everybody, time to make a hobby related video finally. This is going to be a quick review and overview of Tufts. I'm going to be comparing Citadel Tufts to the Army Painter Tufts. Just picked these up tonight, had these for quite a while and used quite a bit of them. So first let's talk about using them. If you've never used a Tuft before, I have to say that these things are just amazingly easy to use and just absolutely fantastic results. So this is what you get in the GW one. So you can see I've used a lot of these. I've used them on my orcs and my orcs and goblins. And this is what you get from Army Painter. They're all different sizes, but they're just kind of random, and some of them are probably going to be too small even to use at all, depending on what you want to do. But in my opinion, I just don't think you get anywhere near as much from Army Painter as you do from GW. Even though this is $6 is the MSRP on this one, which I paid for it, $6. And these ones, it's more than twice as much as $13.25. I still think there's a better value here with the Games Workshop ones than with the Army Painter ones. Also, so far what I've seen on the Army Painter ones, I actually think the GW ones are a little better quality. Maybe it's just the way I like there seems to be less pieces flaking off and coming off the GW ones than there is off the Army Painter ones that I've used so far. So let's quickly, how do you use Tufts, and if there's any real difference in how they're used. So, a couple flying bases here. Really all you need for Tufts is a pair of tweezers and some glue, some white glue. Super glue doesn't really work for them very well at all. So we're going to start with this, and pretty much you select the tuft in appropriate size, put a little bit of white glue down where you want it. As you can see, I'm putting it right over the sand here, so you don't even need to worry about that. And take a tuft, lift it off the sheet, and glue it down. That's one of those too. I think there's a few pieces here that are falling off, and some of them are kind of flat, running through the middle. Overly still not too impressed. Actually, not too impressed, but I'm not entirely sure I like the quality of the Army Painter ones. I'll have to use more over time. Ooh, that's a big one, so I'm going to need more glue. So you always want to use PVA glue. You don't want to use super glue on these. Try and find a small one. Yeah, see, they're intertwined with each other. And trying to get the one you want may not always be the easiest. So, I mean, that's really all there is to it. And I think Tufts just look absolutely amazing. They're so easy for what you get as far as the end result. Now over here, you put a couple of GW ones on here. You have a little one here. I have found the GW ones these little tiny ones sometimes don't want to come off very easily. Nothing, a little bit of too much glue for that one, so we'll move this one back here. We'll grab a slightly bigger one. Good spot. Put one more on here too. I mean, that's as much work as you have to do with these things. And the results, I think, are just absolutely spectacular. So glue dries, you won't be able to see it, of course. And they're so much easier to use than a static grass or a flock or anything. And that's really all there is to it. I said I think a few more loose pieces on the Army Painter ones than you do on the Games Workshop ones. But as far as using them, that's all there is to it. Drop glue, stick them on there, and I think you just get absolutely fantastic results. So that's how you use Tufts. So let's go kind of gives some pros and cons for the two different kinds. The biggest advantage the Army Painter has is they have a lot more variety. I mean, they have bright green, they have even meadow flowers, which if you haven't, I would check those out just because of how well they look. They got green with little white flowers, and I think they look pretty good for certain, if you're doing a basing that way. And I bought these ones simply because they were darker, more swampy for my towel than GW has. GW though only has 2 colors, so that's the downside to them as far as I'm concerned. But being able to select the size you want much easier. I think you get more Tufts overall than with the Army Painter. Per unit cost, of course. I think obviously you should get at least twice as much with the Games Workshop one as you do the Army Painter, and I think you do get more than twice as much. So I think the value there is with the Games Workshop one, if one of the ones they have is matching the color you want. Otherwise, you're going to have to go with the Army Painter, obviously, because I think they have 6 or 7 varieties, where there's only 2 here. So I love Tufts. The first time I started using them, I just instantly fell in love with how well they work, how easy they are, and just how incredible they look compared to any other basing method. But of course, limitation is Tufts don't come anywhere near the colors just in general. Even the varieties from Army Painter aren't anywhere compared to what you can get in using flock or static grass. I think there's a lot more variety there. So that's Tufts, and my review, I would definitely recommend the Games Workshop ones, and the quality I think is a little better on the Games Workshop ones than the Army Painter ones from what I've seen here. But of course the Army Painter has more variety, and you don't have to buy as many. Maybe you don't want that many. You don't need as much as you get from Games Workshop. You only need a few, so spending half as much for stuff you don't need, I guess. But for me, I've been using these on 2 armies, and if I ever do some Chaos Space Marines for my orcs, I'm going to get to that too. So I've been using these a lot. Just a lot. And as I go forward with either more models for my Tau or allies for my Tau, I'm going to be using some of these, which is why I don't need as many. And of course, I need this color. I like this color more than what I can get from Games Workshop. So that's really all I have to say about Tufts. If you haven't tried them, I would highly recommend them. They are just absolutely awesome to use and produce great results. And that's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys later.